What's a normal thing that makes you strangely sad? When I turned off my old home cinema set receiver to replace it with a new one, the display said goodbye one final time. It's stupid, but for some reason still makes me sad. Seeing beautiful pictures of fancy homes and knowing I could still be sad there. People eating by themselves. People clearly addicted to something, sleeping/living on the streets or acting wild due to withdrawal. What were they like before? What caused them to turn to this? Do they remember who they are? Shells of people slowly killing themselves. It hurts my heart. Whenever I see a child walking off a school bus, makes me wonder why no one met them at the bus or why a friend isn't coming home. Seeing cute couples. I'm so lonely. Parades make me cry. Cutting down a tree. The game hide and seek makes me sad because I got hurt during that game multiple times due to my bone condition, and it reminds me of how I never really got to have fun like a normal kid. Seeing a father playing with their kids. Couples that hold hands and smile at each other. People hugging. I'm so done with being single. Embarrassed smiley face. My favorite cover of a certain song got deleted. It makes sense that it would happen eventually, but I never downloaded or recorded it. Now I'll never hear it again. It just hit me then that I can't guarantee that I'll be able to enjoy the things I used to when I was younger. It was Black and White by Ghost, covered by Gumi/Yoppie Foo. I made sure to download a different cover of Ghost's songs that I like in case they decide to have it deleted. The part from Kingsman Golden Circle where Merlin steps on a landmine and sings Country Roads. When older people are shopping alone in the grocery store. Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. I'd cry, but it makes me feel nostalgic for a time I'll never know. Giving away old clothes and toys. It's naturally the flow of life, but it's sad. Seeing families have fun together. People eating by themselves in food courts. Weddings. Seeing happy couples holding hands and kissing. Seeing people brag on social media about what a wonderful spouse they have. I've always been on the outside looking in, and while I know it's my own fault for not socializing more and for being shy and not particularly attractive, it really does hurt. I don't consider myself to be an incel, because I don't feel like I'm owed anything, and I have had dates in the past. If someone wants to leave, they can leave. I've just been very unlucky in love, and it sucks. YouTube. Mostly with the fact that every YouTuber I watch is eventually gonna stop posting. Especially since some have already been on YouTube for almost a decade or more. Knowing that one day you'll probably forget them, one day you might pass them on the street and never know. Along with some of them, it feels like you were a part of their life in some way, and it's hard to understand that people move on. Seeing old people eating alone. The kids I always see roaming the streets, asking for money. On the one hand, you wanna help them, but there is a good chance those kids' parents just have him begging or selling little gum packets to feed their drug habit, so you don't wanna reinforce that habit either. So you're stuck feeling like shit either way. It's a lose-lose-lose situation. Today I saw a woman next to an intersection breastfeeding a baby while having her oldest kid, no older than 6, go up to cars on red lights asking for money. All day this is, and the heat right now is pretty strong. I watched him for the time that I was stopped, and that whole time, he was smiling, trying to make his little sister laugh and whatnot whenever he wasn't begging. Heartbreaking. Often, when I say goodbye to my mom for whatever reason, I get really sad because I feel like she doesn't get enough appreciation from me, and also eating alone makes me almost cry sometimes. The fact that children grow up. That each one of them will lose that childlike innocence and be exposed to this cold, cruel world always gets me. Of course, they can't stay kids forever, that's not right, but when they stop becoming kids, it always saddens me. Finishing a good series. It doesn't matter whether it's books, movies, anime, etc., it just makes me feel empty inside. Meeting somebody's dog that they clearly love and adore and finding out it's super old and will probably die in the next 1 to 2 years. Really sunny days/days that feel a bit too happy. Oh my god, this post was made just for me. I think I'm hyper empathetic or something because mundane shit makes me cry like a baby. 2 specific examples are: 1. Baby Grinch when he starts crying because there's too much noise at his lesbian mom's Christmas party. 2. In the movie Babe when the little girl on the farm gets a dollhouse for her birthday and she starts crying because it's the wrong color. I felt bad that she didn't appreciate a gift her family handmade for her. I also cry at cute things like baby animals in nature documentaries. After 2 or 3 drinks on Sunday evenings I get to feeling sad thinking about how great my life has been. I'm still married to my high school sweetheart, 34 years. My dogs start sleeping about 9:30 p.m. The fact that these rescue dogs can sleep without fear or poor sleeping conditions just overwhelms me with a strange sadness. Maybe, being over 60, I know this won't last forever. When someone's running after the buzz. Maybe they're going to be late for work and get fired. Maybe they're going to miss an important appointment. Maybe they're picking up their kid from school and now the kid will wait wondering. Always so sad. When I see old people, I start tearing up. Aging. The modern world and human life in general, if I'm in that kind of mood. Everyone's striving so hard for something no one really knows how to attain. We're just sort of stuck with all this luxury, never satisfied, always in a rush to get more done because the end is nearing. When you really stop and think about it, it just all feels so pointless. The only things that actually matter are friendship and love, nothing else. There is nothing else, there really isn't. This girl I used to know was a painter. She'd often took pictures of sunsets and then recreated them with her style. Whenever I see a particularly beautiful sunset I wonder if she's out there, at that moment, taking a photo and thinking about her next piece. Thinking about prehistoric and ancient people. I wonder what could have been, and I get really nostalgic, and wistful aren't really the right words, but it's a similar feeling. I've always loved history and anthropology, and I've always wished I could time travel backwards and talk to people of antiquity. But that feeling is really emphasized with ancient and prehistoric people. I wish I could talk to them and understand what their lives are like, what they think of the world, what they liked and disliked, all the little things. And it makes me sad that so many of those little things and perspectives are forever lost. But, it makes the little we know of them all the more precious. Also, as an amateur dress historian, I feel the same way about textiles and clothes, especially since so many amazing and unique techniques have been completely lost without a record. I wish I could go back to the past and learn all the textile arts. Empty stores, I just feel bad for the owners and I hope they don't have trouble making ends meet. Old gaming consoles, they remind me of all the good memories I had as a kid and the freedom that I'll never get back. Couples, they just remind me how lonely I am. The fact that one day, someone will be the last person to think of me or attend my grave. After that, all memory of me will be gone and I will rot in the ground as a price of nothing with no memory alive, and I will have been forgotten and it's like I didn't exist in the first place. That is the ultimate life destination. Old dogs. Knowing they're nearing the end of their life just breaks my heart. Everything lately. Waste of any kind. Nostalgia makes me dip into sadness. It must be 'cause my life is shit now, but I'd cry YTBH. When I see something bad happen to somebody as a result of their poor choices. Yeah, it is fully their own fault, but I still feel bad for them. Nobody in my country talks to strangers. If you are at the bus or train station, everyone is consumed in their own world, and if you even try to make some small conversation with them, they look at you like you killed their dog. Fat kids. The Minecraft soundtrack. Whenever I see a sad face emoji, I mean even frown makes me feel very sad. The orange glow of evening. I don't know why, but it just seems like everything's ending and it's very depressing. Then once the sun sets, it's fine. Sunrise and sunset. They oddly cause an ache in my heart. Like the world's time is constantly moving forward, but I'm not. Birthdays. The systemic racism in America. When I have finished binging an entire series. People eating alone, even happily, just makes me sad. Climate change. Greeting cards. None of the positive messaging applies to my family relationships. Birthdays. That time of day where it's not quite day or night. Around 5:36:00ish. It's just so bleak. Throwing away clothing or toys.